In this video, we're going to cover the skill of using our knowledge of the formulas to solve for area and perimeter to help us find the area and perimeter of rectangles, but also to find missing side lengths. When we're working with finding the area or perimeter or even a missing side length of a rectangle, the best way to solve for that and to get all of your information organized is to actually draw a quick model, and all this means is to just draw out a rectangle. So let's look at this word problem and bring it to life. A rug is 4 feet wide. It is 3 times as long as it is wide. What is the area of the rug? When I go back through this story problem, I'm going to underline some important details. 4 feet wide, 3 times as long as it is wide. And then finally, the question that's being asked is, what is the area of the rug? Let's draw a model of this rug by just drawing a quick rectangle. From here, we can label what we know. The story problem tells us right away that the rug is 4 feet wide. And then it tells us that the length, how long it is 3 times as long as it is wide. So I'm going to do 3 times the width, which we know is 4, to help me understand that the length of this rug is going to be 12 feet long. Now I can solve for area because I know that I need to know my length and width to multiply those together to solve for area. Plugging in our information, our length is 12, our width is 4, giving us an area of 48. Now before I can move on, my final answer needs to have a label. So I'm going to use feet, and because we're talking about area, we square our final answer. So the area of the rug is 48 feet squared. Same thing goes for this next problem. A poster is 10 inches long. It is 2 times as wide as it is long. What is the perimeter of the poster? Underlining some important information, 10 inches long, 2 times as wide as it is long. Question that's being asked though is, what is the perimeter of the poster? Drawing out a model of this poster will allow me to organize the information that the story problem is already telling me. The poster is 10 inches long. And then the clue that it gives me about the width is that it is 2 times as wide as it is long. So I'm going to do 2 times the length, which we know is 10, to get me the width, which is 20 inches wide. The question that's being asked, though, is what is the perimeter? So using my formula of length plus width, or you can do the length plus width times 2 formula, we can now easily and quickly answer this question. So my length is 10 inches. My other length must also be 10 inches right across from it. My width is 20 inches, which means my other width is also going to be 20 inches. And then we can quickly add these together. 10 plus 10 is 20, 20 plus 20 is 40, and then when I add those two together, I get a perimeter of 60. Adding my units behind it, the final perimeter of this poster, the outside of it, is 60 inches. This time we're going to use formulas to find unknown sides of rectangles. So the information that we're given right now is the perimeter of this rectangle is 20 units. The length is unknown. It's being represented right now by x. And the width of this rectangle is 7 units. Because it gives me the perimeter already, we can use the formula of perimeter to help us with this. We know that the perimeter is length plus width plus width. Plugging in what we know tells us our perimeter. We don't know our length just yet. We do know that their width is 7, which means the other width also has to be 7. adding up these two 7s that we do know already, and then dropping down the rest of our formula, I know that 14 plus whatever these two lengths are has to equal 20. So I'm going to think 14 plus what equals 20? 6. And then I need to break that in half because now I have two lengths that have to add up to equal 6. And those have to be the same number because the length on the top of this rectangle is the same length as the length on the bottom of the rectangle. So when I split 6 in half, I'm going to get the answer of 3, which means that x, this unknown side length, is equal to 3 units. So notice I just took what it gave me. It told us that the perimeter is 20, so I'm going to use the formula of perimeter to help me find that unknown side. Same thing goes for this next rectangle. This time, taking a look at what we are given, I know that the area, the inside of this rectangle, is going to be equal to 32 units squared. The length of this rectangle is 8 units, but the unknown side is this width. We're going to try and solve for x using the formula of area. We know that the formula for area is length times width. Now I can just plug in what I know. The area is 32. The length is 8. The width, we still are unknown. So I just have to think to myself, 8 times what equals 32? I know that this equals 4. So x equals 4 units. This time, we were given the area of the rectangle, so we were able to use our area formula to help us find that unknown side.